Oh, hello again. Hi, Mousy. Mousy, we have a message for you. It is from Prince Juan himself. He wants to know if the birds have flown south for the winter, whatever that means. Oh, yes, the birds have migrated successfully. But if Prince Juan told you that, then that must mean he trusts you. He must want you to take these. Go on, take them. These are used train ticket stubs. It looks like 2 people took a railway trip up to Vienna. What exactly is the point of this, Mousy? Prince Juan said that they would help with the trial. See the names. Gauter Singed and Nicole Singed. I recognize the surname, but I don't know who these people are. Neither do I, really. Prince Juan just told me to book train tickets for these people, and then to make sure they caught the train. And so, that's what I did. Strange. I'm not exactly sure how these stubs are supposed to help with the trial, but I'll keep a hold of them just in case. Let's go, Sparrison. I'm done playing courier. Good call. Well, now what the fuck do we do? We haven't really learned anybody new to ask about at the chocolate place. I don't know what to do next. We'll go here. We'll see if the lady's there again. Probably not. That's strange. I don't see any sign of the flower girl. Yeah. Finesse. I do not know what to do. I'm going to the Chocolate Emporium again. Welcome back, messieurs. Have you finally decided to sample my fine chocolate? Or perhaps you've returned to ask more questions? It's just the questions today, I'm afraid. Who bought this piece of chocolate? This is what happens when you're desperate, you know? You just start asking people. We asked her, right? I'm pretty sure. Did we? Actually, maybe not. The swan. A flower-selling swan named Catherine? No, monsieur. I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest. If she were the chocolate fiend, then our investigation would become much simpler. But since she's not, let me think. Kingsley? Fish that Towson Kingsley? He's not a fisherman falcon. He's a person who fishes that just happens to be a kingfisher. I don't have time for semantic games. No, I have not. Alright. The judge. Hairy wolf in judicial robes. Oh, he's a wolf? I kind of thought he was meant to be like a rodent. Yes, monsieur. Wait, did you just say yes? Yes, monsieur. A wolf in judicial robes. I did serve a person like that a little while ago, on the 6th of January to be precise. Did he say or do anything suspicious? Not that I recall, monsieur. He was a pleasant fellow, big toothy grin. Brought 200 grams of classic dark Belgian chocolate with a custom filling. A custom filling? Some type of caramel. He provided it himself, though he unfortunately did not bring enough for me to sample. Heh. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, we shouldn't make assumptions. It may just mean that this judge liked to eat chocolate. But if the judge's purchase is related to the rapper at the crime scene, then... Monsieur Hagelslack, do you think I could get a copy of Judge Romulus's receipt? I can do you one better, monsieur. I have the original right here. I keep them for tax purposes, you understand. Is it okay for us to take it, monsieur? Absolutely. Memorizing the receipt's contents is trivial after all. Would you like to look at this thing? Judge Romulus signed it in green ink. Green ink? I knew Judge Romulus was shady, but only truly villainous people write in green. Thank you very much for your time, Monsieur Hagelslack. You have been enormously helpful. I'm glad to be of service. I wish you the best of luck with your case, messieurs. Well, that went better than expected, to be honest. I was kind of throwing him in there just hopefully, and it turned out it was right. Wow. Oh, we're going back to the offices. All right. I'm feeling pretty confident about the case. The big picture is coming together nicely. It is. We didn't manage to work out what Prince Juan was hiding, but that's okay. I'm sure everything will go smoothly at the trial. We've still got one day until the trial, but how to spend it? I suppose we could revisit the Louvre, or maybe we should just play some cards at Le Canard. Is something wrong, Sparrowson? You're being unusually quiet. Falcon, we need to talk. What's up? See, I was doing some thinking. Dangerous thing I know. Anyway, I realized that we were missing a crucial piece of evidence. What evidence would that be? Well, we know that Major Howell consumed a piece of chocolate before he died, and we know that he died of poisoning, but we still aren't sure that the chocolate was the cause. That's true. If we keep pushing the chocolate theory, Cocorico will certainly bring that up. So I thought to myself, if one were to consume the wrapper itself, then that may provide proof of whether it contained traces of poison. Well, sure, that could work, but it would be incredibly foolish. Wait, were you thinking of eating that wrapper, Sparrowson? Maybe. Well, stop those thoughts right now. I'm not going to let you potentially kill yourself like that. I knew you would say that. That's why I already consumed the wrapper. I fucking knew he was going to say it as well. 45 minutes ago. Sparrowson. Sparrowson! I fucking knew he was going to say he'd already eaten it. What a fucking idiot. Oh my god! Look at him. Dr. Sparrowson, okay? Well, he's not conscious right now, but he is stable. I think it's safe to say that your friend is not on his deathbed. Oh, thank God. How did you say this happened again? It's a long story. Lawyering occupational hazard. Doctor, can you tell me what poison caused this? I have no idea. I am an expert in mental health, not toxicology. But I have sent for a specialist who should be here by tomorrow morning. He will make a full assessment. That's good to hear. Thanks, Doctor. Take good care of him. Wait a moment. There's the matter of the bill. We'll have to discuss it later. I have an important case to prepare for, and I'm one partner down. I see. Well, rest assured that your friend is in good hands. This is terrible. What the hell was Sparrowson thinking? I can't win a case like this. You, I finally found you, faker. Did someone say something? Running around like a headless chicken, you're one tricky lawyer to find. I told you to drop the investigation, but you just wouldn't listen. Who is speaking? I can't see you, Monsieur. Step forward. All right, I'll step forward, but it will be the last thing you'll ever see. Au revoir, J.J. Falcon. What just happened? Where am I? Am I dead? No, that can't be right. This is nighttime. I'm just sleeping. If I focus and count to 3, I might be able to wake up. 1, 2. Did it work? Ah, Dame Cataline. I can't believe how easy you were to fool. I put on a cutesy voice, acted all innocent, and you ate the whole thing up. Shut up. I don't need to be lectured by a murderer. I'm the murderer. Why, Monsieur Falcon, it was your accusations that put Baron Rogel on death row. It wasn't my fault. Hey, where are you going? Out of my way, Severin. I'm not done talking to Dame Cataline. It wasn't my fault. Is that the excuse you make after all of your failures? I'm not making excuses. Failure after failure after failure. No desire to improve yourself. You're a joke of a lawyer, JJ. Don't call me JJ. That's all you have to say? How pathetic. You don't even deserve to stand in your grandfather's shadow. My grandfather? I'll prove you wrong. I can do better. Oh, it's you, Sparrowson. Have you come to berate me too? What? No, I'm just here to tell you to wake up. Wake up, Monsieur. Wake up. Hey, can you hear me? I said wake up. A new day. Come on, Monsieur. Wake up. I said wake up. You're starting to worry me. Oh, thank goodness. I wasn't sure if I would be able to find a doctor or a mortician. Ugh. My head. Where am I? The Pont des Arts. You know, by the Louvre in Paris. France. I just fished you out of the scene. Nearly broke my rod doing it. Wait, I know you. You're that disrespectful lawyer guy. Jiri Falco or something. What time is it? Actually, what day is it? You hit your head pretty hard, huh? It's the 21st of January and around 9 o'clock in the morning by my reckoning. 21st. Oh no, the trial. I should have been there 10 minutes ago. Oh, you're running late, but take it easy, monsieur. I'm sure they'll be understanding. Maybe if I sprint it. In your condition? That would be stupid. Take a seat, clear your head. I'll go find some dry clothes. No time. Wait, monsieur, at least take this before you go. What's this, a dip pen? No, wait, it's a modern fountain pen. Bone handle? Gold nib? This is very fancy. Thanks, monsieur, but it isn't mine. Really? Are you sure? You were holding it pretty tightly when I found you. I was holding this? Then I suppose it has to be mine. Thanks, fisherman. I owe you one. Hey, don't call me a fisherman! It's 9 o'clock. I believe it's time for the roll call. Is the defense not present? Such unprofessionalism. If there is no defense, then the trial cannot proceed any further. We must make a ruling based on the evidence that has already been presented. I will now converse with the jury. We shall decide whether Prince Juan is guilty of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king. Your Honor, may I have a word? Fine, but make it quick. I'm a firm believer that a trial must be orderly and punctual. There is no room for wishy-washy dilly-dallying. But it seems that somewhat rash to end a trial session the moment it is due to start. Perhaps it would be prudent to wait 5 or 10 minutes in case the delayed defense is just a little tardy. Then the trial still has a chance to proceed and justice be served. You are the prosecution, are you not? You have nothing to worry about. A guilty verdict is all but guaranteed. Your Honor, you appear confused. I am not here to secure a guilty verdict. Of course you are. You're a prosecutor. By definition, you're here to prosecute. No, my job description is to prosecute, but I am here in this courtroom to ensure that justice is served. An unfair and unbalanced trial is not in the spirit of justice. That's very noble of you, but the defense is absent. Then there is little that can be done. I'll hear no more about this matter. I will now talk with the jury. The defense is present, Your Honor. You're late, too late, Falcon. Mon Dieu, JJ, you look a total mess. Did you take a morning swim in the Seine or something? Something like that. Your Honor, we are all present. We are only 3 minutes over schedule. Let's not needlessly dirty the pure name of justice. Rules are rules, a prosecutor. Falcon has no respect for legal procedure. Frankly, for turning up while looking like a drowned rat, I will hold him in contempt of court. Your Honor. But Your Honor. Rules are rules. One more word out of either of you, I shall both disbarred. It's a pity. The King of France was most looking forward to standing behind the witness podium. The King of France? He's here? Oh, we're not doing the trial after all? That's a pity. Your Majesty, what a surprise. Well, you see. You know, it's my 7th time testifying against a would-be assassin. But it's the first time seeing a trial where the case has ended before it even begun. The defense, he was late and, oh, pish-posh, France didn't become a great and dignified kingdom through rigorous punctuality. Let's go ahead with this trial. It'll be fun. Look, I'll say the oath to get us started. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Did I get it right? That was perfect, Your Majesty. JJ, I trust you have no objections with the king testifying? No objections here. Going ahead with the trial is fine with me. And surely you wouldn't stand in the way of the king, would you, Your Honor? Fine, proceed with this cursed trial. Excellent. Now, Your Majesty, could you tell us your activities on the day of the murder? My activities? Well, I started with my day with tea and toast, as I normally do, dressed in my PJs at the time. I think you can skip ahead a little, perhaps to your arrival at the Louvre. Right, of course. Well, my entourage and I entered through the Louvre's south entrance around 9 o'clock. We passed through the Salle du Tiber with little fanfare. At the Grand Gallery, I unveiled the new painting and gave a short speech to inspire the citizens who attended. That's when I was approached by a man claiming to be the Prince of Spain. He presented a rose, which was taken by Major Howell, and, well, I think you know the rest. Indeed we do, Your Honor, Your Majesty. Mesdames and Messieurs at the courts, what we have here is another testimony that establishes Prince Juan's guilt. And this is no ordinary testimony. It is the testimony of perhaps the most trustworthy man in all of France. Oh, you flatter me, prosecutor. But I am the trustworthiest in all the kingdom, aren't I? I have no doubts, your majesty. Nevertheless, I would like to perform a cross-examination. How dare you doubt your king? The utter nerve. Oh, calm yourself, judge. I have no qualms with standard legal procedure. Defense, please proceed. I want to see your best courtroom drama material. How unfortunate for the man clearly trying to put on a rigged trial. Let's see, what are we going to go with? We're probably going to want to press on this, right? Your Majesty, you say you passed through the Salle de Tour and eventfully. Indeed, we stopped briefly to look at the paintings and then moved on to the Grand Gallier. What did you see? Could you elaborate? What did you see in the Salle? What did I see? Well, Roman stuff mostly. I meant aside the Romans artifacts. For example, did you talk to someone in the room who wasn't a member of your entourage? You're reaching, JJ. The king already testified that he passed through without encountering anything of interest. I want the king to elaborate. I have no reason to believe that this was a key moment of the murder. I want the king to elaborate on exactly what and who he saw. Then I suppose you will have to proceed, your majesty. All right, let me think. So there's this giant doorstop, and there was that copper urn thing. Oh, there was something else, now that you ask. I was offered a box of chocolates by some peasant mademoiselle. I don't have much of a sweet tooth, but Major Howell was keen to accept a chocolate or two on my behalf. What? Did I say something startling, prosecutor? No, please continue, your majesty. I think the prosecutor is startled because he just came to the realization that I was not spouting drivel in the previous trial session. Well, that's debatable. To cut a long story short, your majesty, this mademoiselle may have some relevance to the case at hand. Could you describe her? Really? She's relevant? Well, let me think. I didn't get a good look at her face, but she was sort of a sorry-looking swan, probably in her late teens or early 20s. A young, sorry-looking swan, you say. I don't suppose her name was Mademoiselle Singe? Singe. That sounds familiar. Why, yes, I think that was it. She was called Mademoiselle Singe. I see. This is undoubtedly significant. Mademoiselle Singe gave chocolates to Major Howells minutes before he died. Now, just 1 minute. I see what you're alluding to, JJ. You're suggesting that the gifted chocolates killed the Major. But that line of reasoning holds no weight because the evidence is circumstantial. Circumstantial, my tall feathers. The king just testified that Major Howell ate chocolates. Yes, that match is no longer in dispute, but you still have not proved that chocolate was poisoned. With that, we have to assume that the swan was merely offering a gift rather than speculating that she is a murderer. Shame on you, defense, implicating a poor innocent girl like that. Absolutely disgusting. Why, I ought to end this trial. Hold on. I do have evidence that the chocolate was in fact poisoned. I don't believe you, JJ. If you had a piece of evidence that significant, you would have slammed it down already. Present it. Well, I can't. It's not really the evidence folder type of evidence. Why am I not surprised? The drama was just getting good. Why did you all suddenly go quiet? Well, your majesty, it appears the defense just had a realization of his own that he lacks the evidence to support his theory. Since he cannot continue with his argument, I believe the cross-examination has come to an end. I'm not done yet. Let me present my evidence. See, I had the chocolate wrapper back at my office, and Sparrowson ate it. Stop, JJ, stop while you still have a little dignity. The results of whatever crackpot pseudoscientific experiments you performed do not constitute valid evidence. I think this trial is over, Your Honor. About bloody time. You can take your leave, Your Majesty. Very well, I am pleased that justice has been thoroughly served. Until the next assassination attempt at you, messieurs. I will now deliberate with the jury. Objection! Sorry, I have always wanted to do that. Sparrowson, are you okay? Yep, the doctor said that I have an iron stomach. Most of the poison passed straight through me. Speaking of which, I would like to testify on that poison chocolate issue. I even got a doctor's note, see? It's too late, the trial's over. You can't be serious, Your Honor. The contents of that note could turn this entire trial on its head. You must allow it. Why are you constantly arguing with me? I thought the job of a public prosecutor was to assist the judges. I told you, Your Honor, my job isn't to get a guilty verdict. It is to ensure that justice is served. Oh, I swear you are the worst prosecutor in all of France. Go ahead, Sparrowson. Read the contents of the note for the court to hear. Ahem. The patient, Sparrowson, was submitted to hospital, where he displayed a variety of symptoms. These included profuse sweating, a rapid fever, and severe nausea. The patient was diagnosed with poisoning, probably originating from the plant known as acotinine, aka monk's hood, aka wolf's bane. When we questioned the patient, he admitted to consuming a discarded chocolate wrapper, potentially carrying the poison. Examining the contents of the patient's stomach confirmed this to be true. As a mental health professional, I believe this patient to be clinically... we can skip that bit. Yada yada. Here we go. Signed, Dr. Farley. Thank you, Sparrowson. I don't think I'll even need to question you. Between your note and the king's testimony, every angle of the chocolate wrapper business has been covered. Awesome. Wait, did you say the king is here? You can get his autograph later. Right. So what happens now? Do I get cross-examined by the prosecution or something? To be honest, I see little to cross-examine. Do your damn job, prosecutor. Cross-examine that little annoying liar, bird. Tear his testimony to shreds. Your Honor, he has a note signed by a medical professional definitively proving that the chocolate wrapper from the crime scene was poisoned. We could nitpick the details or delve into the doctor's credentials, but I fear it would be a waste of the court's time. Nobody wants that. Gah! So then what the hell do we do now? We do nothing, Your Honor. The poisoned wrapper has introduced an element of doubt into the case. The prosecution must accept that. But is the level of doubt reasonable? Is it significant? I think the members of the jury will agree JJ's evidence is still tenuous. Tenuous? A step above circumstantial. You may have proven a link, a not wholly illogical link, but you haven't proved beyond a doubt that Major Hal was killed by the chocolate. You're still making far too many assumptions. Where is the empiricism that is required by any good court of law? Where are the witnesses who back up your claims? Oh, I brought along a witness. Maybe she can help. Hello. You. Sparrowson, it's great to see you on your feet, and you've been an enormous asset to the case, but what are you trying to pull off now? Surprise witness! Surprise witness? Yeah, I remember you mentioning that Kokorika liked calling surprise witnesses, so I thought we would beat him at his own game. I brought the flower girl, Mademoiselle Singed, so that she can testify about Prince Juan's character. You're putting me in a difficult position, Sparrowson. Just moments before you arrived, we, the court, established that Mademoiselle Singed is a possible suspect for the case. What? That can't be right. Sparrowson, it's okay. Monsieur Falcon, I would like to testify. You want to testify? Do you understand what you are agreeing to? I do. I have accepted my fate. Prosecutor, do you have any objections to me calling upon Mademoiselle as a witness? No, none. Bearing in mind, of course, that you are here to defend Prince Swan, not to convict Mademoiselle Singed. Prosecuting is my job, of course. I have no objections, Eva. Please proceed, witness. Speak the oath. The oath? You swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I swear, Your Honor, I swear... Good, very good. Please state your name and occupation for the court record. My name is Catherine Marie Singe, and I am a flower seller. Mademoiselle, tell the courtrooms of your activities on the morning of the 7th of January. Very well. I saw the king and his entourage enter the Louvre around 9 o'clock. I agreed. I followed. What the fuck? I followed. When they came to a stop in the Salle de Trib, I stepped forward and offered the king a chocolate. He refused, but a guard, a big dog by the name of Major Hal, was happy to oblige. The guard died because I, personally, had previously added poison to the chocolates. No, that can't be right. I used poison derived from monk's hood, a notoriously dangerous plant. As a flower seller, it was simple to acquire. Why did you do it, mademoiselle? Why? Monsieur, people have tried to kill the king before, and people will try again. He is a vile man who has no respect or love for the people who suffer under him. I did it to better the French people. I don't believe that at all. Falcon, say something. Mademoiselle, are you being coerced or threatened? Speak freely. No, monsieur. I'm confessing of my own volition. It is my guilt and nobody else's. Intriguing. Pretty convincing. Well, defense, it looks like you wormed a confession out of this murderous pute. I suppose that gets your client, Prince Swan, completely off the hook. Lucky you. So, shall we wrap this court session up? I mean, what am I going to say? I haven't finished my examination, I guess. No, not yet. I have further questions for the witness, Your Honor. Further questions? To what end? You've already proved your client's innocence. I wish to uncover the truth. You aren't here to uncover the truth, you're here to defend Prince Swan, and you've done that job with a disgusting level of diligence. Nevertheless, I believe that Mademoiselle has admitted something of huge importance. I wish to question her further. Something of huge importance? I won't allow it. Fine. Can I at least show something to the witness? You and the prosecutor are a right pair of moralizing blowhards, aren't you? You're doing my head in. Fine, if it will shut you up, I will let you show one magical mystery item to the witness. I can't imagine you'll have anything to change up your sleeve to change the flow of this trial, though. The train tickets. Please take a look at these, mademoiselle. Train ticket stubs. Look at the names. Papa, Mama. In Vienna? Really? Are they really safe? They are. The tickets are arranged courtesy of the Fox. Then, that means the wolf has nothing to hold over me. I can speak freely. Indeed. Go ahead, mademoiselle. What are you two muttering about down there? I'm amending my testimony, Your Honor. Members of the court, everything I've said today has been the truth. I did go to the Louvre. I did present a box of poisoned chocolates to the king, except it was not of my volition. I was threatened. I was forced to carry out the task under the threat of harm. You see, my family has been struggling to get by. The winter has been harsh, and my flower business has been struggling. One day, a man approached me, a man I had assumed to be kind-hearted. This man offered me 200 francs to get us through the cold, but I could not afford to repay the debt. When I attempted to bargain with the man, he offered me a deal. Assist him with murder, and he would drop all debts. Refuse, and he would ruin me and my parents. I obliged because the alternative meant death for those I love. The name of the man who did this is Judge Romulus. Ha! What a grave story. This is obviously a last-minute desperate attempt at passing the buck. The sheer laziness of this girl to accuse a man she's never met before. She's blatantly floundering. Indeed, I've heard dozens of self-pitying yarns during my time as prosecutor. Although, admittedly, this is the first time I've seen a witness directly accuse a judge. Quite a brazen gambit. But in any case, these sorts of stories never turn out to be true. They're always proven to be fabrications born of desperation. I've been more than honest, monsieur. Listen, mademoiselle, I would like to believe your story, but accusing a man, a judge no less, of conspiring to murder the king is a hugely serious accusation. Do you have any proof to support your story? Proof? You say the judge lent you money, then you must have both signed a contract when you made the That's not at all how, that kind of thing occurs, Cocorico. The contracts were all verbal. He said the money, when you're, you don't write down, yes, we would like to I am handing over 200 francs in exchange for, you don't do that here. He said the money was a gift at first, only later said that I had to repay him. How convenient. Of course this supposed contract doesn't exist. The mademoiselle has no proof, because her story is a blatant lie. Falcon, you have something. Do we have something to link Romulus to Mademoiselle Singe? A link? Of course. Members of the court, I know for certain that the Mademoiselle's story is true. I can say with certainty that Judge Romulus has made contact with Mademoiselle Singe in the past. I know this because at this very moment I am holding a key piece of evidence that links Judge Romulus directly to the crime scene. The receipt. You should take a look at this, Severin. Me? You don't trust it in the judge's hands? What? What is that? What does that piece of paper say? This is a receipt for a box of chocolates from Lander Hackelsleck's Chocolate Emporium on the 6th of January, made out to a man named Romulus. The writing upon the receipt is clear. A man named Romulus brought chocolates on the day before the murder. These chocolates happened to have been of the same brand and flavor as the one that was used in the royal assassination attempt. By itself, this evidence would not be definitive. It would only suggest that the judge has something of a sweet tooth. But taken in conjunction with the mademoiselle's updated testimony, that would imply that the judge was directly involved in the assassination attempt. Judge Romulus, do you have anything to say about this? Yep. That receipt's not mine. I haven't set foot in a chocolate shop in years. You cannot be serious. The receipt is indisputable for proof of your purchase. Indisputable? Watch me dispute it. What you have there is a scrap of paper with the word Romulus scrawled on it. Is it a forgery? Are there simply two men named Romulus living in Paris? I don't have a clue. What I do know is that you have nothing to prove that I was the one who signed the receipt. This is absurd. You want me to dig up court documents with your signature so we can undertake a handwriting analysis? That wouldn't be possible. I believe His Honor uses a rubber stamp for signing off on official court documents. Ha! That would be correct. Well, it's no matter. I don't need the judge's signature. I already have in my possession proof that the signature on the receipt belongs to Judge Romulus. Contains green ink. But first things first, I believe you dropped your pen, Your Honor. Oh yeah, that's mine. Thanks, I've been looking for that thing everywhere. I thought as much. Mademoiselle and Messieurs, last night I was assaulted outside of the hospital. I did not see the assailant's face, but I did accidentally grab something from their garments as I was thrown into the Seine. Oh, so that's why you smell of fish. I wanted to say something, but thought it might be rude. This fountain pen is the very item I grabbed. Did I say that pen was mine? On closer inspection, I see I must have been mistaken. Save it, Your Honor. I'm not here to press assault charges. What interests me most about the pen is the ink it contains. It is emerald green in color. And as we all know, only baddies write in green. Well, yes, but more importantly, it's a rare and unusual choice of ink color. I would venture that only a dozen people in all of Paris are arrogant enough to write in green, and I would venture that only one of those arrogant people is named Romulus. So Judge Romulus lacks respect for classic penmanship. What of it? Take another look at the chocolate receipt, Severin. The receipt was signed with emerald green ink. It certainly is quite a coincidence. No, there is no more room for coincidence. There is no more doubt. There is only one narrative that can tie this ridiculous string of evidence together. On the 6th of January, you, Judge Romulus, bought a box of chocolates with custom filling. That custom filling contained poison originating from the flowers of Mademoiselle Singe, a street seller who owed you a debt. On the 7th of January, you, Judge Romulus, leveraged that debt to force the girl to present the poisoned chocolates to the king. Then, an idiot of a man by the name of Juan framed himself as the murderer in order to take the fall in Mademoiselle Singe's stead. You pushed for Juan's guilt by priming a witness, Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley. When that failed, you pressured Mademoiselle Singe to take full responsibility for the crime. That is the only narrative that makes sense. Admit it. Fine, I do admit it. I did it. I purchased the chocolates. I added the poison. I put a peasant girl in debt just so I could force her to take the fall. I was the one who wanted the king murdered. But there is not a damn thing any of you can do about it. I am the one who holds the gavel. I am the one who passes the sentences. With a snap of my fingers, I could have each and every one of you guillotined at the palace. Placed to Austerlitz before nightfall. Who judges the judges? Who stands above me? Nobody. Not even God can condemn me when I sit so highly. Attempting to murder a king. Corrupting the cour d'assises. What an utterly repulsive individual. Don't touch me, you dirty pig. You have no authority over me. He doesn't. I do. Take him away, Inspector. I'm not done. I'm not done with any of you. You're all guilty. You'll see. A revolution is coming. The rebels will overthrow Paris. The king and the government will fall. The bourgeoisie will be slaughtered. We shall have a glorious second republic. A republic free of class where everyone is free and equal. Hey, don't touch me. Just another ranting lunatic, Your Majesty. Ignore him. Of course. Carry on, Inspector. What happens now? I guess I'm supposed to take over the present judge's duties. Well, given the surprising revelation that just took place, we believe the results are clear. We find the defendant, Prince Juan's second name, to be cleared of all charges. We therefore find the defendant not guilty. We did it. What a day! What happens to me now? Mademoiselle, it is clear that you were coerced. However, you still played a significant role in the king's assassination attempt. By all rights, you must be tried for your crimes. I see. I cannot argue. But, as it happens, due process was not followed during this trial. This trial session, Judge Romulus thoroughly disrupted the proceedings. Consequently, I believe most of the testimonies given during this trial session would not be seen as valid in a court of law. What does that mean? He's saying you're free to go. Correct. As a prosecutor, I see no crime to prosecute. Really? Thank you, monsieur. And thank you, messieurs. Without your help and assurances, I don't know where I would be right now. So, are my parents really in Vienna? I think so, but you will have to ask the Fox for details. I don't exactly know what he arranged. Although now that Judge Romulus poses no threat, I suppose your parents would be free to move back to Paris. Actually, I may follow them to Vienna. You need a holiday after all this drama. Well, yes, but I also want to get away from here before the fighting starts. You mean the revolution Judge Romulus mentioned? He doesn't seem mentally stable, pay him no mind. It's not just him, monsieur. In the streets, everyone talks of an uprising. If you were smart, you would be clear out of here, too. Thanks for the concern, mademoiselle. But we're far from smart, so we're staying put. I see. Then good luck, messieurs, and farewell. Maybe we can meet again when this is all blown over. Wait, mademoiselle! Don't you want to have a quick celebratory drink? Oh, she's gone. So I guess it's just you, me, and the fox, right, Falcon? That sounds good, Sparrowson. Take Prince Juan back to the aviary offices. I need to sort out some paperwork with Severin. Okie dokie. I suppose the congratulations are in order, uncovering the truth in the way you did. It was quite a feat. Everything went far better than I could have hoped, but you surprised me at the end with that little lie of yours. Lie? The trial's testimonies are completely invalid? Bullcock. You and I both know that this trial had produced ample valid evidence for Mademoiselle Singe to be detained and tried. Even with the coercion accounted for, I bet she would still be found guilty of conspiracy or accessory to murder. So why are you holding back? 10, maybe even 5 years ago, I probably would have prosecuted her. When I was fresh out of law school, I thought my role as a prosecutor was to condemn every potential criminal that came my way. I thought if the guilty person ends up behind bars or on the hanging dock, then justice has been served. But as I gained experience, I started noticing the details. The details? The extenuating circumstances, the personal considerations, the gaps in the law where, even when due process is followed to the letter, good people are punished and wrongdoers walk free. I hated it, so I changed my role. I decided that I would strive not to secure a guilty verdict, but to ensure that justice is served. I could prosecute her, and she would most definitely be convicted, but that would not serve justice. You're a good lawyer. Cocorico. Well, you're not terrible, Falcon. A glowing recommendation. I must congratulate you, Senor Falcon and Senor Sparrowson. What am I doing? Still using that old accent, I suppose. I, of course, meant congratulations, Monsieur Falcon and Monsieur Sparrowson. It's no big deal. We were just doing our jobs. No, your job ended when you proved my innocence. Everything after that was going above and beyond your duties. Of course, I was counting on you to do so. A lesser lawyer would surely have stumbled or caved in. Oh, before I forget, your payment. Thank you, Monsieur Volpes. This has been a strange case, but I'm glad the truth came to light. I'll see you out. Wait, Monsieur Volpes, before you go, something's been bothering me. Why did you come to us in the first place? Surely there must have been much more reputable lawyers out there who could have done a better job. Oh, more reputable than the Falcon that stands before me? Yeah. Falcon's got a sucky track record. True, he does hold a mixed record, but his family's name is hugely respected in the lawyering world. I chose Monsieur Falcon as my lawyer for that reason alone. Huh? Really? I've never heard of another lawyer named Falcon. Let's not go down this road, Monsieur Volpes. I don't go by my old name for a reason. That is fair. We shouldn't be fixated on the past, should we? After all, it's already been and gone. The future is where our potential lies. That's what we should be paying attention to. A storm is fast approaching. You mean the revolution that crooked judge mentioned? Indeed. I dare say the wolf is right. A rebellion is coming, one way or the other. Listen, Monsieur Falcon, you'll probably have a surge of work over the coming days. If you want me to dig up the dirt on anyone, please feel free to drop by my office anytime. Dig up the dirt? I am a private investigator. It's what I do. We'll bear it in mind. Thank you, Monsieur Volpes. Good day, Monsieurs. I'm going to get a drink. Seriously, Falcon? What? I was just going to ask if you wanted tea or coffee. We did it. We saved the city. Yes, thank you.